Good morning, adventure seekers. Memorial Day 2023, Pismo Pier. The event is just about to start. The crowd is out. We have the color guard. We have all the respects ready to be paid to our fallen heroes. Everybody's out and about. Stay tuned. I'll give you the whole event here. Won't miss a thing. Little Bob's Adventures. Stay tuned, adventure seekers. Action's just about ready to start. Quite the crowd here at Pismo. Getting ready to honor veterans. Packed house. All the seats are taken. We are getting ready. Stay, adventure seekers. Memorial Day 2023, Pismo Pier. The crowd is out. It's a packed house. Pier is full. The seats are full. All kinds of people out here to pay their respects. Thank you to all the volunteers who put forth the effort to put this event on. It was well appreciated. Thank you for honoring those who have served.
I also, again, want to thank our police and fire in the back here. And can you hear me now? Great. I have to be close to this thing. Thank you very much. This time I want to introduce Cheryl Tolan, who's the Master of Ceremony. Cheryl?
Okay. Thank you, Mayor. It is wonderful to see every single one of you here today. I would like to extend my deepest appreciation for the privilege of being the Master of Ceremonies for today's event. Welcome everyone to the Memorial Day ceremony hosted by the city of Pismo Beach. Today we gather as a united community driven by the shared purpose to honor, remember, and offer our heartfelt tributes to the courageous individuals who sacrificed their lives in defense of our fellow citizens and the cherished principles that define our nation. Memorial Day serves as an endearing reminder, compelling us to reflect upon the unwavering commitment demonstrated by these heroic individuals, embodying the very essence of valor and dedication. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the posting of the colors by the Vandenberg Honor Guard. Veterans and members of the armed forces, you may keep your covers on and render a salute, but for everyone else, kindly remove your hats and please rise if you're able. Honor Guard, post the colors, please. As we continue to stand, please welcome the St. Patrick's Children's Choir for our Pledge of Allegiance and National Anthem.
Those who remember the lost loved ones today. While today is a day to honor, it is also a day where the wounds of grief are reopened. Flood their hearts with memories of gratitude, comfort for their sorrow, and hope for their future. As we remember those who sacrificed for a greater future, we pray with eager anticipation for a time where we will realize the words of the prophets of old and lay down the arms of war and turn our swords into plowshares for a harvest of justice and peace. Hear our prayers this day, and in your mercy, answer us in the name of all that is holy. The peace of God be with you. Amen and amen.
Amen.
Our first gentleman has been the master of ceremonies of this event several times in the past, and it's great to have you here today. Daniel Beck Jr. is a veteran United States Air Force captain. He was ROTC commissioned in December of 1973. He served February 1974 to October 1986. His first assignment was Sunnyvale Air Force Station, later to be known as Onahuka Air Force Base, after the shuttle explosion. He was in command and control of the United States Air Force satellites. His second assignment, Vandenberg Tracing Station, as the station deputy commander. His third assignment was the Anti-Satellite Weapon Development and Testing Program. And his fourth assignment was the Shuttle Program Security Officer for Western Space and Missile Center. So, ladies and gentlemen, please extend a warm welcome to Mr. Back as he approaches the podium.
Morning of November 13th, 1942. I start over, I'm sorry. A Japanese submarine fired the fatal blow on the USS Juno in the Battle of Guadalcanal. Of the speculated 140 who survived the sinking, only 10 were rescued. Among those who were lost in the tragedy were the 5 from Waterloo, Iowa, the 5 Sullivan brothers. The loss of George, 28, Francis, 27, Joseph, 24, Madison, 23, and Albert, 20, has been called the biggest blow to any one family in wartime history. They had all talked about joining the Navy when their buddy, Bill Ball of Fredericksburg, Iowa, was killed on the USS Arizona during the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor. The 5 brothers decided to enlist together to avenge their friend's death. It was also for this reason that the 5 brothers were adamant about serving together.
During wartime, the accepted policy was to separate family members, but the brothers persisted, and their request was approved. George, the eldest, summarized the brothers' philosophy. If the worst comes to worst, why will all have gone down together? Unfortunately, that came to pass. Surviving the brothers were their parents, their only sister Genevieve, and the youngest brother's wife and son, Mrs. Catherine Sullivan and Jimmy. Commitment to the Navy and to the war cause lived on with the remaining Sullivans. Mr. and Mrs. Sullivan set forth on a nationwide tour of the shipyards and war plants, supporting the Navy cause and praising the workers to inspire their continued efforts. Genevieve did her part by joining the naval service as a wave. Women accepted for voluntary emergency service. Little Jimmy Sullivan went on to serve too. When he turned 17, he enlisted in the Navy, just like his father.
He and his family arrived in Pismo Beach, where he embraced the California lifestyle, from the joys of surfing to fostering a genuine affection for tacos. Chaplain Hesco's profound commitment to serving both our communities and our military remains unwavering. Let's issue a warm welcome to him as he comes up and shares the story of the 4 chaplains.
Chaplains have served in various branches of the United States Armed Forces since their formation, including the Continental Army during the American Revolution. Congress authorized the hiring of an Army chaplain in 1791, and Reverend John Hurt of Virginia, who had served as chaplain of the 6th Virginia Regiment during the American Revolution, was appointed to the position on March 4th, 1791, and became the first officially recognized United States military chaplain. First United States Army Air Force chaplain, Captain Charles Carpenter, was appointed on the 28th of July, 1942, and the creation of the Air Force Chaplain Corps was on May 10th, 1949. One might question the role of the chaplain, or even the role of faith in the theater of war. And yet, the voice and guidance of the chaplain often cuts through the atmosphere of violence and feelings of moral uncertainty to offer a path towards personal peace, foundation of faith, and a reminder of one's humanity. The chaplain stands on the front lines with care and compassion, believing in the value of every soldier and airman and guardian, creating a place of safety where one can share with confidence and assure the full confidentiality. Army General George Marshall said it this way: the soldier's heart, the soldier's spirit, and the soldier's soul are everything, and unless the soldier's soul sustains him, he cannot be relied on and will fail himself, his commander, and his country in the end. But more than expositors of faith on the battlefield, chaplains down through history have been willing to place their faith in action and lay their lives down for their fellow servicemen and servicewomen. No more prominent story can be found than that of the 4 chaplains. Father John Washington, a Roman Catholic; Alexander Good, a Jewish rabbi; George Fox, a Methodist minister; and Clark Poling, a Reformed minister. Each wanted more than anything to serve God, following the tragedy of Pearl Harbor, and entered their enlistment ministering to men on the battlefield. On the 29th of January, 1943, each man boarded the SS Dorchester and departed the port of St. John's for the 5th North Atlantic voyage. They almost immediately hit bad weather as soon as they entered open waters. And this increased the heaviness, knowing that they were not only battling the elements, but also were entering the infested waters that contain Nazi submarines. The chaplains began to get the message out about religious services and even plans for an amateur talent contest, which they hoped would serve as a useful diversion for troops that had nothing more than to worry about entering into the waters that had become known as Torpedo Junction. And yet, it was February 3rd, 1943, at 1 a.m., that a torpedo ripped into the Dorchester's starboard side. The ensuing explosion created a hole near the engine room from below the waterline to the top deck. The lights went out. steam pipes split, and bunks collapsed like cars on top of one another. The sounds of screaming and the smell of gunpowder and ammonia filled the air. The initial explosion killed dozens outright, and a wave of cold water entering the ship quickly drowned dozens more. Nearly 1/3 of those aboard died within moments after the disaster. And yet in the midst of the ensuing chaos, the 4 chaplains assisted men making their way to the lifeboats. While they offered words of hope, something us chaplains do, reports from survivors witnessed each chaplain taking off their life vests, their gloves, and their jackets, and handing them to soldiers who, in haste, had charged to the top deck without these necessities. Further, soldiers reported that they witnessed from their lifeboats the 4 chaplains still on board the Dorchester, offering prayers to soldiers who never made it off the ship, and then locking arms and praying and singing songs and hymns of praise as the Dorchester continued to sink. 230 of the 900 men aboard the Dorchester were rescued in no small part to the 4 chaplains' calm voices of instruction and willingness to give up their life vests. On December 19, 1944, they were each awarded the Purple Heart and the Distinguished Service Cross. And while the story of the 4 chaplains is memorialized in history, every day, chaplains continue their work in service of the men and women of our armed forces. And while they may not be offering the physical life vest in those moments, their ability to listen, to be present, and to offer hope offers the life vest to so many of our soldiers, airmen, and guardians. Thank you.
Is a distinguished veteran of the United States Navy who served from 1967 to 1971, including deployment to Vietnam, near the South, Chulia. I hope I said that correct. Chulai, okay. Following his time in Vietnam, Jerry served on the USS Tulare, LKA-47, where he played a vital role in transporting troops and cargo to Vietnam. Jerry's unwavering dedication to serve endures to this day as he remains deeply committed to our veteran communities. He has served as past president and currently holds the position of treasurer at the Vietnam Veterans of America Chapter 982 in Guadalupe. Additionally, he's a member of Welcome Home Military Heroes. Jerry and his fellow veterans demonstrated exceptional effort and tireless dedication when the Wall That Heals event in San Luis took place recently, and I'm sure many of you probably went and saw that. So please give a warm welcome to Jerry as he shares the watery grave.
Watery grave of the unknown Savior. No cross marks the grave where now we lie. What happened is known but to us. You asked, and we gave our lives to protect our land from the world's greatest curse. Our ships now proudly ride the sea. 'Tis your tribute to our endeavor. We ask no day of the year to mourn us. We ask you just to remember. No flounders field where poppies blow. No gleaming crosses roll on road. No gleaming crosses. No unnamed tomb for all to see and pause and wonder who we might be. 'Tis the grave of our choice, where now we lie. And ye mortals passing by, steaming busily on changing waves, go quietly now, you're o'er our graves. Remember those who rest in watery graves.
Warren Addison. He served 1952 to 1973, and he was in the field of chirogenics. My apologies. And this man has been all over the world. So it is a pleasure to bring him up to the podium as he shares the unknown soldier.
I want to thank you for being here. It means a great deal to me over the last 30 years for being at Veterans Day Memorial Day. Thank you, Mayor. They walk beside us every day, unseen, unheard, always near. Still love, still miss. Yeah, eternal peace. There's something I wanted to share with you in the very beginning here. Everything I'm going to tell you now has to do with promises to keep. Promises to keep. Because our land has always been involved with liberty, which is very, very important. From the Civil War, the Revolutionary War, till now. That's the crux of it. So when I read the poem, The Unknown Soldier, I want you to know it's timeless. It's relevant. It was written in 1920, and yet it appeals to promises to keep. There's a graveyard near the White House where the unknown soldier lies, and flowers there are sprinkled with tears from others' eyes. I stood there not too long ago with roses for the brave, and suddenly I heard a voice speak from out the grave. I'm the unknown soldier. The spirit voice begun, and I think I have the right to ask you some questions, man to man. Are my buddies being taken care of? Was their victory oh so sweet? Is the big reward you offered selling pencils on the street? Does a gold star on the window not mean anything at all? I wonder how my old girl feels when she hears a bugle call. And the baby who sung Hello Central, you be no man's land. Can they replace their daddy with a military band? I wonder if the profiteers have satisfied their greed. I wonder if the mother soldier ever is in need. I'm the unknown soldier, and maybe I died in vain. If my country called, I'd do it all again. How do you define liberty? When the people fear the government, that's tyranny. When the government fears the people, that's liberty. Thomas Jefferson. Thank you. United States Marine Corps. United States Navy. United States Air Force. United States Coast Guard, and the Space Force. Thank you, veterans. Thank you, veterans, and thank you for active duty.
Branch of Services and our World War II veteran among us. In May of 1918, President Woodrow Wilson granted approval for women to wear a black band embellished with a gold star on their upper left arm. Each gold star represented a family member who made the ultimate sacrifice for our country. President Wilson used the term Gold Star Mother for the first time in his letter to the Women's Committee. Today we inquire with great respect if we have the privilege of the presence of any Gold Star families among us, and if so, would you kindly stand so we can recognize and honor you, if you are a Gold Star family. Thank you, sir. Let's take a moment of silence, please. Cal Fire and Pismo Beach Fire Department presents a wreath. Thank you, CAL FIRE and Pismo Beach Fire Department. Let's welcome the St. Patrick's Children's Choir back as they grace us with their rendition of America the Beautiful. Amazing children. I don't know about you, but just having those kids sing.
We show our appreciation for our mayor for his support and for Chief Master Sergeant Patterson and Sheriff for all that they do to make this event happen. Please stand with me. And following the benediction, there will be the playing of chops and holding the flag to remain standing. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord's face shine upon you. May he be gracious to you, and may he grant you peace. In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, amen and amen. Grace and peace to you.
We are now going to pay tribute to our fallen heroes with a rifle volley, taps, and the folding of the flag by the Vandenberg Honor Guard.
Commence the rendering of military honors and the playing of taps.
Staff until noon. This is a sign of respect and remembrance for our fallen service members. It symbolizes our commitment to honor their sacrifices and carry their memory forward. Raising the flag at noon represents our determination to uphold the values they defended. It's a solemn tribute to their bravery and a reminder of our duty to continue fighting for the freedom and justice. So that will happen at noon. You will want to partake in that as they take the wreath, CAL FIRE and Pismo Beach Fire down to the flagpole. At this time, I would like to call up Mayor Woggy and everyone that's with him.
To a very special individual, Warren Addison. Warren's been organizing these Memorial Day, Veterans Day ceremonies for years. This is his last time doing it, and the City Council, Mayor Pro Tem Mary Ann Reese, Councilmember Scott Newton, Councilmember Marcia Guthrie, and Councilmember Stacey Inman. We have a proclamation of thanks to Warren Anderson. Join me here and have the council start reading the proclamation.